Good day everyone, I am Judilyn A. Despi from BSBA Financial Management 1201. So for today's video, I want you to show a short video that's showing the advancement of technology in our world, and I hope you learn and enjoy while watching this video. So let's start it.
The beginning of the actual development of televisions began in 1928 in the USA. This was the Octagon made by General Electric and operated using a mechanical rotating disc technology to display images on the screen. The TV was very large, had a 3-inch screen, and was just a prototype. A year later, the Baird TV was made, the first TV sold commercially. It was made in England, and about 1,000 pieces were produced and sold for about £26, a fairly large amount at the time. The TV also used reflective light to create a tiny image. By the 1930s, mechanical television seemed to be outdated, so the electric TV was quite popular because it offered images with better resolution and was easier to produce. Thus, in 1936, the Emivisor model was produced, which used a mean camera, had an image tube with a diameter of 4 inches, and a magnifying lens that was used to increase the size of the screen. Another rather rare model is the Cosor 137T, which was shaped like a closet and could project black and white or color images. In 1938, the Marconi 707 was launched, a TV considered compact at the time. Weighing almost 100 kilograms, it had a 7-inch screen. The Marconi 702 was a luxury TV at the time, costing around 100 pounds. After the end of World War II, the television market boomed, with the United States buying about 100,000 televisions a week. Thus, a fairly popular TV was the 1946 RCA 630TS, which had a wooden case and a 7-inch screen. In 1948, the Motorola Golden View was the most popular 7-inch TV and was one of the cheapest TVs. It was available in both tabletop and portable cabinets. Also around the 1950s, black and white televisions were widespread in the world, so the development of color televisions began, which were much more expensive than black and white televisions. Also during this period were launched remote controls, which were very expensive. They each cost between $400 and $500. Televisions from the 1950s to the 1960s had screens between 7 and 14 inches, and color television transmission was already beginning to develop. They also began to be launched in other countries. For example, in Japan, Sharp launched their first TV. A rather atypical TV in design was the Philco, launched in 1958. It had a 17-inch pivoting screen so that viewers could adjust its position at different angles. Since the 1960s, televisions have already become a habit in people's homes. Television channels were being quite diverse. Another important moment in the story of televisions was in 1966, when Sony launched the very first transistorized television in the world. Thus, the TV-8-301 was also the first direct-view transistor TV and the first Japanese TV sold in the US. Beginning in the 1970s, manufacturers' attention shifted to both the design and the technical side, and the American television industry began to migrate to a transistor television chassis. The 1990s were the years with the greatest changes in the world of technology. Then came the internet and the first personal computers accessible to people. At the same time, the field of plasma and LCDs began to improve. Thus, TVs with larger, thinner screens and better and clearer images began to be produced. Also, in 1998, the first HD TVs from companies such as Panasonic and Sony appeared. After the 2000s, the TV industry began to grow more and more, so Samsung was one of the largest manufacturers of flat-screen TVs in the world. They launched in 2007 an LCD TV with a thickness of only 10 millimeters and a diagonal of 40 inches. And in 2008, they were the first to launch the first smart TV. Between 2010 and 2015, plasma production ceased, with only LCD TVs being manufactured. In 2010, the first USB ports appeared on TVs, and in 2012, Panasonic launched the first TV with a USB 3.0 port. Also during this period, more precisely in 2013, Panasonic launched the first 4K TV in the world, the Panasonic Smart Viera WT600 model. In 2014, the launch of OLED TVs began, and Samsung launched the world's first curved OLED TV. In 2016, Panasonic launched the world's first HDR-capable Ultra HD OLED TV, the Panasonic EZ1000. LG does not let itself be outdone, and in 2018 launched the world's first OLED TV with 8K resolution and 88-inch diagonal. In 2019, Samsung launched the Wall, a 146-inch modular TV with micro-LED technology. Technology similar to OLED technology in that it is self-illuminated without a backlight. The TV renders incredible image clarity without restrictions on size, resolution, or shape. Perhaps one of the most impressive innovations in the field of televisions is the model The Wall Luxury from Samsung. It is the largest TV in the world at 292 inches and is an expandable TV based on micro-LEDs. This model is also equipped with quantum HDR technology, reaching a maximum brightness of 2000 nits and a refresh rate of 120 Hz. The year 2019 represents the beginning of the introduction of standard HDMI 2.1 ports on TVs. Users have the opportunity to use Ultra HD videos via HDMI at a frame rate of up to 120 per second. Also, TV services such as Google or Alexa have started to develop more and more. Another innovation in the field of home entertainment belongs to LG, which launched the world's first roll-screen TV, LG Signature OLED R. The TV cost about $87,000, has a 65-inch OLED screen, and comes out of an aluminum bar through a simple push of a button. Also in 2020, Realme introduced a new technology in the field of televisions, SLED, an alternative to premium models with QLED technology. So they launched the first SLED TV in the world, which revitalizes the old LCD formula, and the biggest innovation is the method of backlighting the panels. SLED has red, green, and blue LED-based backlighting, which means it renders a wider color spectrum and improves image quality. In 2021, LG will launch a new TV technology. This is the new LG QNED TV based on LCD technology, but it comes with an extremely small LED screen with improved brightness and contrast 1,000,000:1. Thus, the LG QNED TV comes with a refresh rate of 120 Hz, and its backlight incorporates almost 30,000 LEDs on an 86-inch screen with 8K resolution. LG also uses quantum dot and nanocell technologies to improve color accuracy.
Who is the inventor of this and when it was invented? Who was the inventor of television? Multiple inventors deserve a credit for the technology which had its origins in the 19th century. The way people watch televisions has changed dramatically since the medium first burst on the scene in 1940s and 50s, and forever transformed American life. Decade after decade, TV technology has steadily advanced. Colored arrived in the 1960s, followed by the cable in 70s, VCRs in the 80s, and high definition in the late 90s. In this 21st century, viewers are just as likely to watch shows on cell phones, laptops, and tablets on a TV set. Amazingly, however, all these technological changes were essentially just improvements on the basic system that has worked since the late 1930s, with roots reaching even farther back than that. So, the first and real inventor of television is Philo Farnsworth, in the full name of Philo Tyler Farnsworth II. Born in August 19, 1906 in Beaver, Utah, USA. Died at March 11, 1971, Salt Lake City, Utah. American inventor who developed the first all-electronic television system. So, who is Farnsworth? Farnsworth was a technical prodigy from early age. an avid reader of science magazines as a teenager. He became interested in the problem of television and was convinced the mechanical systems that use, for example, a spinning disc would be too slow to scan and assemble images many times a second. Only an electronic system could scan and assemble an image fast enough, and by 1922 he had worked out basic outlines of electronic television. When he was in high school, he began to conceive a concept for a system that could capture moving images, convert them to code, and then transmit them over radio waves to other devices. We can say we blame him for using his imaginative mind to come up with a new kind of entertainment. The radio was a popular off-form entertainment at the time, so converting sound into picture was the next natural step. In today's world, we encountered a lot of televisions as the newest than before. We called a LED TV flat screen, and sometimes it is a smart TV where we can watch through the help of internet. And yes, we are in a modern world where the advancement of technology is created. The next question is, what is the reason of the inventor why he or she was so fascinated to succeed in this invention? Television had long been a distant dream for many inventors and engineers. Numerous attempts were made, and mission to make it possible started well over 100 years before the name television was even conceived. By the time and dream become reality in the mid-1930s. There had been well over 50 series proposals for televisions, and up until the 1920s, televisions had been referred to by many other names we would not recognize today, like radiovision, seeing by wireless, distant electric vision, and telephonoscope, and so on. For me, the reason why television invented and why the inventors fascinated to succeed because of the following, like entertainment. Some may argue that the television was created primarily for the sake of entertainment. And this makes sense given that pilot Tyler Farnsworth, the inventor of the world's first electronic television, lived in a house without electricity until he was 14 years old. We can say we blame him for using his imaginative mind to come up with a new kind of entertainment. The second one is breakthrough in a technology. The radio was a major leap forward in technology, the ability to listen in real time to everything from concert and sermons to proposals for the red menace, and range the entire country. This was a significant stride forward for humanity in terms of scientific breakthroughs and may be considered the beginning of the modern field of electronics. Third, togetherness and social. Before TV was the radio, and unlike radio today, those frequencies were the reason for the gathering as a family and simply listening the latest news which affected your communities, updates on the wars, and occurring at the time, and whereabouts of your friends and family at war was communicated to you through the radio. While cinema, a precursor to TV sets, was an inclusive and social activity, television were likely invented to offer private viewing in the home. The bonus is that it allowed people to spend time with their loved ones as well. So other speculation, some people speculate that the television was created or allowed to exist in such vast quantity so that the government could control the masses. There are plenty of records of online on the past and current ongoing controversy surrounding that idea that the television is being used as a tool for mass and control or being brainwashing. In the following years, after television became a home essential, the way we interacted with the device also involved the technological advances. From home decor to how we speak. Televisions drive culture shifts, especially on the home front. First, transform home decor. Second, access to live shows. Third, improve social interactions. Fourth, change how we consume food and buy products. 5. Global consumption of information. And last, digital entertainment. To cope with the fast-growing digital age, TV companies created a smart TV and phased out old antenna system. Smart TVs now offer the best video quality and the internet connectivity to popular streaming apps. So the viewers don't have to give up television culture. They also come installed with artificial intelligence software like Alexa and Google Home to help navigate the channels with voice commands. The third question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this invention? Advantages and disadvantages of television is a discussion around whether TV is a great for us has been continuing for a long time. Certain individuals accept there's nothing but bad about it, while others see its negativity. TV has become so instilled in our public that observing a home without one is uncommon. In each home, we hope to track down a TV, no doubt, joined by an excellent media bureau for the full media being seeing experience. So the first, advantages of television. Good for gaining knowledge. TV assets with residing information. It assists you with knowing the most recent pattern on the world. It is these days one of the broadly utilized correspondence media. Valuable data can be reached to a huge number of individuals straight by TV. We can gain proficiency with a few dialect and heaps of other helpful things by staring at the TV. A few shows and channels offer instructive projects that can build our insight and make us more mindful for our general surroundings. It can interface as the world and then one. Next, flexibility. No one can stare the TV basically by sitting at home. News, motions, pictures, family shows, sports, music, just as other valuable shows and channels should be visible on TV. It assumes a significant part in teaching individuals about debasement, and they can build their insight about the social and political world. Third, entertainment. The children can appreciate TV by watching kids show stations, just a certain station. For example, Discovery Channel to acquire information. TV can be extraordinary teacher to the kids. Today, motion pictures, dramatization, satire, and music are largely accessible at home in leisure time. Staring at the TV is a great which might refresh your mindset by watching the show you like, as it decent and successful method in publicizing item or data. Next, exposure to the world. TV can teach and illuminate autonomously of the public authority in the many areas of the planet. People can find out increasingly more with regards to the world by sitting in front of TV. It keeps us refreshed. We can observe live news just as live shows or live games effectively with the assistance of TV. Next, information medium to the large people. TV is the best medium to convey the data to huge quantities of individuals rapidly. The news in one region of the planet should be visible inside the space of minutes or even seconds in some of other area in the world. Cheap source of entertainment. In this occupied and costly life, TV is a simple and modest wellspring of diversion. We can watch the worldwide news. We are stay up with the latest with the breaking news all over the planet. Television can likewise a decent and method for assisting individuals with learning and alternate language. Last, variety of information. TV gives us a simple admittance to a wide range of data. For example, cooking channels that offers new plans and strategies. Home improvement shows that acquaint us with the numerous cash shaving and monetary guides offer the guidance of overseeing accounts and putting away the cash. Next, disadvantages of television. Loss of children's education. The younger, in some cases, watch alarming motion pictures which influence their psychological circumstances. They sit exceptionally near TV, which isn't great for the vision of the kids. The understudies don't focus on their studies while sitting in front of the TV, which influences the training of them. Next, inappropriate visuals for children. The kids can represented to programming that isn't proper for their ages. Adult subject for sex and brutality or unreasonable effectively gotten to, and they obliterate the honesty of youngster. Some of the organizations utilize the TV for sex, TV movies, and projects which cause a lot of social issues. Wastages of time. There are a great many shows or motions pictures display on TV, hence certain individuals burn through additional time consistently while staring on the TV. On the off channel, the individuals invest considerably more energy on sitting in front of the TV than they might become apathetic. Sometimes interruption from work by staring at the TV. Next, encouragement to violence and sex. TV regularly take part in hazardous, vicious, and incautious practices and build up unbending sexual orientations, job, and racial generalization. Because of the rough news, for example, killings and bombings, we might foster an expanded feeling of risk. The substance that contains sex or viciousness can cause a conviction that such conduct atypical and satisfactory. Increase in electricity bill. TV is a simple and most wellspring of amusement. By watching worldwide news, we stay up with the latest with breaking news all over the world. Yet, more utilization of TV might expand the power or the charge, including the advertisement for undesirable nibble, food varieties, and liquor. Next, effect on health. Observing a lot of TVs can add to stunted. Excessive TV watching can add to rest challenges, conduct issues, lower grades, and other medical problems. Televisions might be habit forming. Up to 12% of TV watchers have a miserable outlook on how much they watch TV, see themselves as addicts. You feel unequipped for helping themselves. Last, distance from society. TV makes us introverted, replacing family and companions. Watchers can go through or simply flipping channels attempting to observe something advantageous. Most projects offer a slanted or one-sided perspective on occasions. So the last question is, what would you invent if you are a scientist, and why would you invent this? So if I would become a scientist and giving a chance to invent, the thing that I would invent is an application that easily to find out by using iOS and the Android phones. I will call the invented application by the name IDA, which means Interior Design App. These applications contain different parts: the area scanner, the items, the decorator, and the personal info. This virtual interior designer app will allow you to take a picture of your room or whatever a place you wish to design and visualize it with the various available design options like colors, object, wall stickers, curtains, and etc. This application will recommend the places from where you can buy the interior items. Interior design application may help you to build your own design for your room, living room, or any part of your house. It contains a lot of information. Where would you contact the person who will help you to design your place? You can think and choose a lot of items and knowing where you put it. And that's all. Thank you.